This video is sponsored by GUTSTER. I'm Dave.
I'm Stevie.
I'm Dad.
And I'm Son.
Welcome to another episode of D&J Projects Wednesday Special.
So then guys, welcome to another weekly Wednesday special. Like you've just saw and heard from my dad, we are now on the fencing job again, aiming to get 10 bays down that side today, and I'm going to concentrate up in the corner where there's this gate. So as the lads and Jordan are going to be concentrating over there, I'm going to be concentrating up there, trying to get two things done at once, because we would like to get this finished right now. As you can see it there, it's looking the dogs. What's this? It's looking amazing. Lads have done a splendid and an amazing job on this one, can't lie. Let me just show you what they did last week if you've missed Sunday's video. I'll just show you a picture of sort of what this side was looking like over there. I think I took the picture from here, so I'll show you again from here. Then you see a difference. And here's what they've done. That looks bloody awesome. Customer's very happy. That's always a bonus as well, right? Look at the levels. Perfect. Nice step down with the ground changes. And they've worked their way down to that bit right there, you see. The plan is to work very far down there. I've asked the customer what they would like to do with this bit here, because as you always know, customer gets to decide what they want to do. Let me just show you. You see how it's running level here? It would run level sort of across. It's going to be slightly lower than this fencing. And can you see that it's stepping up this fencing? I've asked the customer if they want to raise it or they just want to keep it running level. So it'll be around about there, height-wise. Customer wants to go as level as possible, as far as we can go. All the way down here, that's fine. You see this drain? We might have to cut out a bit of the gravel board or step up to that drain. When we get to it, we'll know a little bit more. And I don't know if you can see that the ground like goes up like a humpback whale and back down. So we might do the fence like that, but we might ask the customer what he wants. If he wants it running across, we'll have to see what we can do. But it's very awkward to go level, up, down, and then across again. Obviously, it starts to drop down here again. As you can see by the panels, look. Big drops. Big drops. Pretty much like what we had to do over there. May as well show you this side as well, aren't I, guys? Looking very, very nice. From this side, I'll just show you a picture of what it was looking like. Look at that. What a difference. We've smashed it so far on this job. Now, what am I doing today? What am I doing today? Well, see this gap here and this gate? I'm going to be making this fit here. So, let me go outside and have a look. So we've got this bit. So, I'm going to get this post out of the way, dig a hole, because that's where I'm going to have a corner post. I'm going to need a little corner post here and something here. I might start the gate from here. I'm not decided yet. Might put my timber post next to it, so I'm going corner, 4x4 post, probably finish around about there anyway. Then we're having a new gate, timber post and a concrete post, and then we're running down there. This one is going to be running a little bit higher. You see how they've tried to extend it for the privacy off the road? We're just going to make the fence a little bit higher to start with. So yeah, that's what we're starting with. I hope you're going to enjoy this video, this weekly Wednesday video. If you are, if I can ask one thing, guys, if you can like this video, I would like us to get 5,000 likes. If we can hit 5,000 likes, I'd very much appreciate it. Yeah, let's get cracked on.
As mentioned earlier, this video is sponsored by GUTSTER. And GUTSTER also make one of our favourite bars, which you'll see plenty of throughout this video. This bar is absolutely perfect for prying, pulling, demolition, roofing, construction, the DIYer. And there's fencing guys as well. So head over there and support your boys and girls at D&J Projects and GUTSTER and pick yourself one up. Because they're not a lot of money as well.
Every time we do one of these ads, guys, you almost sell out the GUTSTER from the GUTSTER shop. So you are showing that you are supporting us at D&J Projects. So if you could go over to GUTSTER, link in the description, go and grab yourself a bar if you haven't already. You will not be disappointed. You can see on screen all of the different things that it can do. Go and get yourself one of these bars, guys. Best decision you'll make all week.
I want to say a massive thank you to GUTSTER for sponsoring this video. Back to the video we go.
Breakers had to come out. I know those lads must be smashing it because they've come for water now, so must be first bay up. So I'll show you that in a sec. Probably took them half an hour, that's what you like to see. But this is what we're pulling out. Some big concrete balls. As you can see, bricks all formed around it. Always fun. But I need to get that one out. And of course, whilst I'm doing this, I don't want to disturb this. I don't want to disturb the brick pillar here. And then I've got this one here. What I'm thinking with this one, I'm thinking I'd probably take a little bit of this curb away and a little bit of this tarmac to actually get a post in there. Otherwise, it's just too skinny. This is a 3x3 post right now. They're 5 inches. We're using a 4x4 post as well, 1 inch wider than this. And we ain't got much room, so of course, as you already know, we'll make it look right. We'll patch it up with concrete if needs be. A little bit like what they've done here, you see. They filled it with concrete around here. Not too sure about that bit there, but they filled it with concrete there. That one's got to come out as well. So it's getting nice and tight next to the curb edge. But look at all these. Look at all these just floating. That's not what we want, is it, guys? Not what we want. We want some proper gravel boards in there. Not these little blocks. So of course that's what we'll be doing. This will be a little bit taller as well, this. Obviously I'm 6'2", I'm looking way over this. This is going to be up here somewhere. So yeah, we'll keep cracking on. I'll get all of this bit out here now with these magic fingers. And there we have it. Nothing in there. I'm not going to lie, that was a little hard. Look what they've done here. Where's the rest of the blocks? Where's the block supposed to be? Don't know what they've done when they built that wall. There's some concrete. All the stuff that where the post was in, look. Quite a tough one that one was. So whilst I continue to battle this one, we'll take you around to the lads and you can watch them for a bay or two.
Was it the voice? Was it the fire burning in me? All of the noise turned into choirs of harmony. Left me with the pieces of forever that you broke. But since you left...
So as you've just saw, guys, these guys are absolutely smashing it. 3 down. We've barely been here, but they've got 3 in there. That's what we like to see. Love it. Obviously working to the line, working to the back of post. That's exactly how we like it. And of course that'll run all the way down there. Everything's nice and leveled off at the top. Customers just brought a coffee out as well, so of course we're gonna have this coffee. Oh, he's also brought us a mini roll out as well. We do appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much for looking after us. I dare say we're looking after you as well. So we've had coffees, guys, and now they're smashing this next bay. I think what we'll do, we'll get these in with this clicky finger. And there's another bay. Guys are smashing it. This next bay doesn't naturally finish there, but we have to finish there because we can't finish there where it wants to. So we've brought it back a foot to go to a 5 foot. So we'll customize the gravel board. Everything will look the same. It'll just be slightly shorter. But of course, we can't be digging an old ear now, can we, guys? So we'll get this one in. Gravel board. There'll be no panel because Jamie will make the panel for this one, and then we'll slide that in tomorrow. You'll see that in Sunday's video, but at least we can have gravel board and post here. And then just before we start that, we'll head over to what I've been doing. I'll show you in a sec. and then I'll ask the customer what he wants to do with heights. Does he want to go up a tad? I can customise the gravel board to go over that and sit over it anyway, that's not a problem. But it does go up and down, this block paving does here, so I'll ask the customer, see what he wants to do. Let me go and show you what I've been doing. Why those guys have been smashing the fencing, and they actually have been smashing the fencing. I love it. I think we'll get those 10 bays done today anyway. I've been doing this. So I've dug a seriously big hole there for a corner. And bear in mind, I've had to get all of these posts out. It's been bloody hard, I'm not gonna lie, because look how tight it is against this wall. Super, super tight. I've dug a hole here for another corner post. Should just fit. It's very tight. There is movement on this, so I may have to just slightly move that over. There's movement on that one as well. I don't think the copings are in the best shape. They do need redoing. I believe customers having all of this landscape, so he may do something with this anyway. As you can see, that's very tight. Need to get a timber post in there, so that's what I'll do. Get a timber, probably a corner here, timber here. Gate's going to be opening outways anyway. Of course, it can't open in this wall, so it's got to open out. So there'll be a timber post there somewhere around about here. Took that timber post out there. You can see where it was in the ground. From here, need to get a timber post in there as well. I can't quite tell yet if this isn't wide enough. This looks like, well, you can see that it kicks out. You can see that that kicks over the wall. That is not going to be helping my post at all. So what I'm thinking I may have to do, this little sort of weird drainage system to nowhere that they've got going on, I may just have to give it a little slight steel saw round so I can get the post in, and then concrete it back up, get it back into that smooth finish so it still runs like that. But obviously that'll be later in the week. But the post, I really want to get this timber post in today so I can send the measurement for this gate to Jamie. That's the plan anyway, guys. But we're going to go and concentrate on that small bay for the time being. I've been doing this, as I say, lads have been on this fence, and this is the first time I'm going to join them for a sec because I need a little bit of hand with a corner post to go in there. So rather than disturb these guys too much, we'll get that next bay in before it gets to like the awkward bit with the drain, which I'll probably help them with anyway. So I'm going to help them, they're going to help me. Teamwork makes the dream work. I'm sure you know that by now at B&J Projects. But have a look at this fencing, eh? Smashing it out the park.
I've been
Just saw me and the lads put this post in, and you saw us level off with these to make sure that it's sitting at the same height as the customer has asked. So now it is gravel board time, and it's 160 centimeters. So I'm going to cut that at 160, slide that gravel board in. Hopefully that the bed is decent and low enough, obviously because we're matching gravel board top to gravel board top. And then I'm going to ask the customer what he wants to do with this one. If he does want this one lifting up a bit, not a problem. We'll put a post in at 6 foot. We'll put a gravel board over, so it's obviously over that bit there. And then I'll probably get a panel at a slight angle, you know, so it's not across, up sort of thing. Of course, that's an exaggeration in height, but up, slight angle up, and then probably run across. Obviously, I'll speak to the customer when it comes down here anyway. Obviously, there's your natural step down. That's what you would normally do. I'll speak to the customer, see what he wants us to do, because that's what we did over there. Natural step where needed. But yeah, it's gravel board time. There's the gravel. Obviously, panel will be there tomorrow. Jamie's going to make that, and the lads will be able to slide that in. To say it's been cut down, can't really tell, you see. It was only a little bit off here as well, as you can see, and yes, we do use water when we're cutting. But now the lads are going to help me around there. So the muscles come round, they help me get this corner post in. As you can see, it's almost level, just needs to lift up ever so slightly. Of course, we'll use our trick with the spirit levels, but we'll get that one in sitting pretty nice and set. And there we have the corner post. We've got another corner post in here. It's very low, as you can see, but I think we're just going to have to nip the end of the post off because we can't go any lower. Don't know what that is. It's got to be electrics from something. We're not messing around with that, are we, lads? Definitely not messing around with that. So we'll get this post in. I think we'll cut an inch or two off, and then I think we'll chuck an extra few bags in there to make sure it's nice and strong. That's what we like to see. Look at that for all those posts. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's took about an hour and a bit. I'm not going to lie, guys. It took a long time, but it's all done right. It's all leveled off for a nice gate. Leveled off there for these 2 panels to match with the gravel boards. Of course, we're going to drop those gravel boards in, but we'll do that a little bit later. I want to concentrate on the main fencing for the time being. All of this is getting cleared as well, of course. Didn't have to cut this, so that's always a bonus as well, guys, you know. Always a bonus. All of these are a little bit wobbly. You can see how they're not in no more. So there's a bit of movement on that one. Obviously, there was movement on that one. You can see how dry it is. But that just doesn't fit now because of this. So I've just got to nip off a little bit for that to fit. This is getting filled in with some nice concrete. So I've just filled it in for the time being. We'll take that back out, make sure it's a good 4 inches depth. So it's nice and strong. There's going to be a panel in there as well. Thinking of just doing a nice full panel all the way down. That'll match to that gate and then continue the normal fencing down with the gravel boards. Obviously gravel board, panels as normal. But yeah, very happy with that. So I'll be able to take some measurements, send that to Jamie. Jamie will be able to get the gate and those panels made, and then we'll either install them tomorrow or Wednesday. But right now, it's fencing time. And in fact, to tell you what we'll do. We'll have 10 minutes. We'll have 10 minutes break. Whilst these lads have their break, I'll start digging the next hole. Whilst I have my break, they can continue with the base. So let's get cracked on. But before we have that break, let's get this done. There we go, guys. Whilst Anne and Jord have something to eat, I'm just going to set up this string line. So yeah, I'll get that in now. String line's in. Customer's made a coffee. It'd be rude not to have it. So we'll have this. Lads are having a little bite to eat. And we'll start getting cracked on. Pesky drain to contain with now. And as you can see, gravel board's going to need cutting over that, which is not a problem. We can sort that out. Just going to ask the customer if he wants it to continue running at that height, because of course it's not 6 foot now. If I stand here at the tallest part, I'll be able to see over that quite easily, and that's not too shabby for a straight line either. Love that. So I'll see if the customer wants to bring it up slightly and then return over. Of course only 6 foot because that's all they've asked for, but whilst it's not 6 foot, I'll ask if they want it to go back up. Perfect opportunity whilst we've got this drain here. Might even do a little sloper as well if they want to go with that. If not, start digging there. Whilst I mess around with that gravel board there, the lads can continue. So we'll do this as we would do a bay like that. Post in, gravel board, cut to size, continue. At least the lads can carry on. I'm going to start digging a hole somewhere around here. So that post is now set as well, as you can see. We're not going to fill it in because there will be a trench needed to be dug there. Obviously, we've got that drain to contain with. I'm thinking, they're the finicky bits. I'm thinking we continue just fencing all the way down there, get as far as we can. Whilst the dig's nice, may as well make the most of it. Let's get cracked on.
With that, bro.
Quite light. That can only mean one thing. Follow the finger. Very happy there. Obviously covered the drain. Obviously now you can just slide that out if you ever need to get to that access drain. Now we can continue all the way down there with a reference point. That's what we like. In fact, because this is 6 foot, we can actually get a panel in, so let's get a panel. That's what we like. That's a custom. Get Jamie to make that. We continue back to the raw footage. Then I'll set the line back up again, yeah?
It's a tad bit higher.
Oh, that's good.
One more. You got it, Sam. Yeah.
Get some water.
Everything's in there.
Everything, yeah?
The liar, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, liar. Full bag. Well, let's put full bag in there. You just tell me when. Yeah. Get all that back in there, Jim. Yeah. So we've not took the line for a sec.
Yeah, of course.
Start named it. Yeah, all that goes in. Sweet. No, I'll forget, I'll forget.
Oh, this bloody sticky thing.
This is your head and it.
Oh, no, where's that brick? Oh.
Buried underneath there, this. This is your head, isn't it?
It is the really mate. You're not wrong.
Won't you take me down? 'Cause lately I've been high.
Time lapse stopped working, guys, so magic fingers for the post. And there we have another one. Too shabby indeed. And it's just started the next bay, final bay for today. George just started to unload, because as you can see, we've got quite a bit to unload. They ain't looking too shabby.
Not too shabby.
From both sides of the garden. So we've left that post in. What we're going to do tomorrow is we're actually going to put a 6-inch gravel board in there, because look how far we're having to dig down with that trench just to see that much. So we're going to save the dig and go with a 6-inch gravel board tomorrow. This is why we make these products, to make it easier on yourself. So that's at 6 foot, that's perfect. That'll sit a 6-foot panel in, so we'll just drop that in tomorrow. Once the gravel board's in, this is the progress today for this weekly Wednesday special. Jamie's got the measurement for this. looking not too shabby, if we do say so ourselves, guys. Very, very happy with this. Just about to go and drop these panels off for the customer, and obviously that's what we did earlier. I want to thank you guys for being here on this weekly Wednesday special. Obviously make sure you come back for Sunday's video, because it's going to be a good one. You're going to see the finished job, well, this finished fencing job. And yeah, on that note, I'll catch you back at the yard. Well, not back at the yard, we're actually in the Miller and Carter car park. Make sure you come back on Sunday to see the finished job on that fencing. We'll see you next time, guys.
See you next time.